Right, so what we're going to do today is take a dropper post out, we're going to strip that down, check the wire on it. We're going to put a brand new outer housing, the inner cable and all for it. But I want to take the dropper post out and strip it down first, give it a wee freshen up. Put a brand new outer housing through, which we're going to put another brand new inner cable through too for the gears when we're going to install everything back. There's no point tuning the gears now, or there's no point putting the brake lever on and crouching this in, because all this has to come off. And if you do that, you're going to have to recut it again because of the internal cable routing. So if you're doing this here, once you disconnect your hose, keep it disconnected, because then you're just going to have to recut your hose again. So next thing what we're going to do is take the dropper post out, but before we take it out, we'll want to disconnect this here shifter, and we're going to cut here, and we're going to pull this through and let the seat come up, and then the cable should come up to roughly about there, so as I can thread on a wee tool that'll make me pull a brand new outer housing through without having to drop the whole motor out. Get down to here, and then we're going to pull, and it's going to go over the top of the motor here and then up through here, and then we'll neaten the cable install up once at the end. But I just want to get the cable right through first, because we're going to probably give the forks a service too. I want to check, once I take the lower legs, I'll know if it needs any more than that. Probably take out the air chamber too, just to check the seals and stuff, and then take the damper out last. But we're going to check the bearings in here too, and you're probably going to see a bit of damage inside here, because the way these internal cable routing go, they usually rub really hard on the stereo tube. So we'll see what it's like when we take all that apart. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad, but we'll see. And then after we get everything reinstalled back on, then we're going to take out the whole linkages and check the bearings and stuff. Try and save as many bearings as possible by re-greasing them, but we'll see how bad they are. And then once we get all that there, we're going to tune the gears and do all that there and refit the dropper post cable and stuff. The wheels, they're 100%, re-greased the bearings front and back, re-greased the free hub, and it's just sounding so good. You really just want to use a light coating of grease on your free hub pawl springs, nothing too thick. Hope recommended you use mobile grease XHP 222, I mean a light mount, nothing major. You can also use Shimano clutch grease too, which is really good. You can even use like a thin chain lube oil, as long as it's not thick or sticky, you know, but that there is running smooth as. The faster you go, you know, the lighter that'll get. Run smooth. So that's what we're going to do, and we've ready fit a new caliper on with the brand new hose the whole way through, and there's enough room on the hose that it's going to attach onto the brake lever, no problem. We've got the lever here, we just need to bleed it, but this here wee part I noticed on this bike, whenever you're turning this here, the wee adjuster doesn't work, you know, the wee seal must be completely hanging. Don't think I'd be able to fix that, like, once they go, they're really hard to, they're pretty much, you need to buy a whole replacement part, and then it's quite bad. But you know, if you try taking this all apart, you could do more damage, you know, and then the brake not work at all. So I'm just going to leave that as it is, because I don't have any spare parts for this here, and you can't really use the other lever for these here parts because you've got a left and a right. So yeah, you'd have to order a new part in, and you know, it's just going to be a nightmare, you know. And then we've got a brand new caliper and a brand new front brake for him, so the wee bike is going to be absolute mint, I think, once it's done. And any of you ever watch Real Boys MTV, subscribe to their channel. They're a great bunch of lads. That's them there. You'll see, if you know who I'm on about on YouTube, I'm sure you do. They're probably one of the most famous ones over in Ireland and Northern Ireland, and you know what I mean, for the YouTube channels and stuff. Good bunch of lads, everyone in. So they are, so huge shout out for them, you know, they're good crack, like. But yeah, we're going to get this here started. in there you can see cable thread off, it's damaged. We're definitely replacing cable, I always do anyway. One more thing what I noticed inside the outer housing, I always change these anyway if I can. You can see the damage here. I don't know if you can see on camera, but you can see that outer housing is on its way out, the rust there, and look at that rub. So brand new outer housing for the gears, and then with brand new hydraulic hose, brand new hydraulic caliper too. It's gonna be so fresh, but look at that there, that's so bad, you know. So it is, you know, and you can see the rust. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there is rust at the very top of this. So there is, and that happens all the time. Just so much water can get inside frames, and because it's an e-bike, it kicks up so much water underneath and all, and the browns are going to be in bad shape too. I know when I'm taking that apart, but it's going to be pretty bad, and there's a lot of corrosion inside there. But that happens in all bikes, not just e-bikes, but e-bikes it'll happen too more because there's just so much torque going through it, and it kicks up more mud quicker too, you know. So pretty much when you have an e-bike, your parts will wear out quicker than a normal bike. Hubs can even blow up, I've seen that happen just with the torque and stuff like that. Browns can be sea solid, just so much water gets in and grass in there and damage and all. But yeah, it's going to be like new though when I finish with it. Oh, look at that. That's why it was so tight to take out. Look at that there. It was caught there and frayed down, and that there we were. Look. Completely frayed. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but look at that there. That's why that there felt like shit whenever I was pushing that lever in. That felt terrible. Now I know why. Bad. So what I like to do when I'm doing dropper posts is re-attach this back on. If you're measuring out a new outer housing and you have this Park Tool IR13 kit that has this barb, to save you a lot of trouble from dropping the motor, keep the outer housing in, don't pull it the whole way through because you're going to be here for hours. Thread on that barb, but get out your outer housing, measure from the top of this roughly, and measure here and here roughly. And then what I like to do is hook this here back up to there and get the outer housing roughly about there. You know, always leave a wee bit more extra in case you need to cut, and try and get it as close as possible. Now there's an easier way of, you know, measuring it out and stuff. But this here wee tool saves you from dropping the e-bike motor majority of the time. It's a wee barb at two ends, so you thread on a new outer housing onto your old outer housing, and then you pull the old outer housing through and it'll pull the new cable through. It's really good wee invention, Park Tool done, you know. Don't know if they're the first ones to design something like this, but it's good that it comes in the new kit. Park Tool IR13 kit, they're about £75 or something roughly for these here. It comes with all different cables, DI2, you can feed everything in your bike, but over time the wee heat shrink can come apart and then your wee magnets can come out, but you can redo it and all, you know, and the cell spare parts, you know. Also, if you're getting outer housings, get Shimano, really good outer housings, but quite expensive, but they're worth it, so they are. I get Clark's, the wee internal cables, and the reason for that there, I prefer them than the Shimano outer housings because, or not the outer housing, I prefer the Clark's cables over the Shimano ones because the Shimano cables over time leave like a residue and sometimes they can get stuck in housings and container housings, so I prefer the Clark's. I think they're far better, to be honest. But the Shimano outer housing, you definitely don't want to cheap out on that. You want really good outer housing. You know.
Inside of my head, unwritten words that I can't forget. I can see clear, I can see through. Maybe this time I'll rise As
Now as you can see, look at the damage to this old outer housing. Look at that. You wouldn't know what there until you take this out. That outer housing, there's tears on it, there's rips. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I'm trying to get it to focus the best possible. And you can see all the rubbing there. So, and look at all down here, it's really, really bad too. Over time, it's just that there. And that's why you're best changing your outer housings, you know. Don't care what anyone says, it's the best way to do it. You know, and then you put in brand new inner cables, you know, because, yeah. Another thing here, if you're looking yours done, I've got that wee tool, so it should be able to go over your motor no problem. You're looking yours sorted, just throw it down and I'll help you out, mate. Wee bastard. Just caught me at the right time. That wee one there just stuck right in. Clean rag on that. Just making sure there's no metal in that. There shouldn't be a bit of alcohol. That's another thing, cables, they're so sharp whenever they're frayed like that, and once they go in, I'm telling you, they are sore. I remember one of them went right into the nail once, and I had to get a pair of pliers to pull it out. It was sore, so keeping an eye on that earth for Fred, I just lost concentration there for a minute. Right. Right, now that the dropper post is out, we're going to take these bolts out, we're going to strip this down, and we're going to resurface it. You know, it's quite in bad shape, you know, and all that mud and dirt. We're going to clean that all. Whenever you're doing the dropper post, always wipe it down with isopropyl alcohol or some sort of cleaner. It's not going to damage seals or anything. Always clean it down from the outside. Take your seat off first, and then wipe it all down, because when you take this apart you don't want more dirt to go inside it, and then it's going to take longer. Rusty, Brett. Get this out and want to tidy us up a wee bit first.
She put 'em out like the burning end of a midnight cigarette. She broke his heart. He spent his whole life trying to forget. We watched him drink his pain away a little at a time, but he never could get drunk enough to get her off his mind until the night he put that bottle to his head and pulled the trigger and finally drank away her memory. Life is short, but this time it was bigger than the strength he had to get up off his knees. We found him with his face down in the pillow, with a note that said, "I love her till I die." And when we buried him beneath the willow, the angel sang a whiskey.
Yep, there's still plenty of life left in that gas cartridge. So these here, they're non-serviceable. You just re-grease the wee needle rod. These are gas chambers. There's only so much cycles in these here. They usually last about, I got my Jamp one years ago, got about 3-4 years on it before it packed in. What I like about the Fox ones, you can fully replace all the seals, whereas it's controlled with damper oil and stuff like that, and an AFP, whereas this is just an air cartridge, and there's just so much like air in it, and it'll have so many cycles. But I'm just testing the pressure, and there's still loads of cycles left in that. And it's one speed, you can't change the speedies, whatever pressure's in this here, and then when they get to near the end of the pressure, they're pretty much a throwaway item. And then a new cartridge is usually about 30 to 40 pounds, just depends on what one you have, but there's plenty of life left in that one, you know. Bit of wear on the bushing, I must say. Just dry it off on that. Wee bit of wear, but nothing major. It's not too bad. I've seen way worse. It's actually more dirt, but yeah, it's just a wee bit of wear, but not much. That's good to go for another few years. you wouldn't really see the dirt in this here until you take them down this far, and then over time it corrodes and stuff. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of dirt built up in that there, and then that can get down into your seals and can ruin them. This is why it's best stripping your whole bike down and inspecting it, and then you can see everything. I'm just going to get all that dirt. And close your eyes again, and come to the bottom of the cloth. that there. That looks like, yep, that's wee flakes of metal in there. That has came off over time. That's why you strip these things down, because they need a lot of attention. Just checking there's no damage. No, we're good. But need to take these down every now and again, because these here things do need a bit of attention. Like, not as much with fox ones, but with these here, definitely. You know. And I mean the older fox stuff, that was terrible. But to see the newer fox dropper posts are amazing. You can adjust air pressure on it, but the older transfer posts were absolutely terrible. They lost nitrogen and everything, and they didn't hold the pressure over time. What I like to do is get a small wooden dowel, and inside the wee grooves it can catch wee dirt or anything like that there. If there's any stuck, just look down, you'll see. Or even if you don't have that, you can do it with this, but just be very careful with it. And make sure you're just going down inside the grooves and nothing else. Much better. Clean as a whistle. She's in there good, right?
Till I wear the crown. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. What was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take it to your hands, the plan your own hands can land your own brand and down. I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to believe the fucking hours. To get some power, fucking sour. Took a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and fuck all the doubters. They're just fucking downers. I swear to God, they all let me down. I only fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God, they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. hear you knocking at my door. 'Cause if I could see your face once more, I could die a happy girl, I'm sure. When you said your last goodbye, I died a little bit inside, and I lay tears in my long night, alone without you by my side. But if you loved me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my worldie, and all I want is, and all I
Look at how smooth this is now. There. That's what you want for a dropper post. I'm just going to put a wee bit more strong butter because God knows when this is going to be took apart again. like new, boy. After you're finished servicing a dropper post or any suspension system out there, anything like that, get yourself clean to the top, and then after, just spray it down lightly with isopropyl alcohol, especially if you're doing suspension, you know, anything like this. So make sure there's no lactate up before we rub the top. Dropper post is like new. Over the moon mat there. So that's another one. What we're gonna do, just hang it up here for the time being.
into a state of mind.
Important note here, always when you're putting these XT cassettes back on, there's a small spacer and a bigger spacer. I'm just going to redo this again, right? So the whole cassette goes on first, then this acts as a spacer here, and then you put this biggest one on first. Just find the right groove, notch all up, and then put the big one on first. See the big one? Put the big spacer on first, and then put your second largest coil on, and then finish spacer, and then this here acts as another spacer. It's built into the wee cassette ring, and then here. And then what I like about the XT, there's a wee dot here. Line the dot up with this dot. Should be a dot here. There's there. Line that dot up with that. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's a dot there, and then a dot here. Line them both up. Turn it. Once you hear that click in, and then also there's a dot there and a dot here. Line that up too. There we go. And then just take a wee bit of grease, you don't need a lot, and that's just a wee smear. It's just to stop it from seizing, really. And then get your cassette tool. Always start by your fingers first, make sure you've got the threads. And then we need to torque this to 40 Newton meters. Which is a lot of torque. A torque wrench. Go up to 40 Newton meters. and it does take a lot of force to do that. There we go, 40. And then just make sure everything is running free as a bird, which it is. Right, so there's a problem with this SLX brake. This here adjuster will not turn the wee mechanism underneath it. It just spins freely, is because someone has, I'm not saying it's Jerry, not saying any way, shape or form it's Jerry, but someone who has adjusted this hasn't stopped and when it's went to there, and they've kept turning and it's broke the wee plastic thing. But these are an easy fix, I found out. All you need to do is take this off, and because we're not using this over brake lever, because the caliper is completely goosed, we're getting brand new front brake caliper too, and there's a brand new rear caliper on, but we're going to use this existing SLX one because there's nothing wrong with this except for that adjuster. But all we need to do is take this off here, and you can see how bad it's split there. So someone's kept turning. See, whenever this gets to the edge, do not turn it anymore. See, once it stops, do not try and force it, because you're just going to break stuff, and that's what's happened here. So it has, there we go. So we're going to change that out with this other brake in here. Just need to turn this here, get it out. Come on. It should be coming out. There we go. And they are only wee plastic adjusters, so you need to be careful with them. What I'm going to do, because if this is past the point, I'm going to just put this in the face here. Just being careful, we don't want it around anything. Yeah, it's loose enough that we can turn that. And then line this up. Click, and that should be it fixed. Yep, and there we go. Brake lever is moving. As I said, see when you turn these here, once they stop, you just stop. Do not try and force it. You'll feel a bit of resistance, and it's near the end. I can feel it. Right, see when that stops, do not try and force it. And we're going to keep that lever to the fully open, because we're going to be bleeding it and you want your lever to fully out. So that's fixed.
Because a vision still remain within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp.
That was loose.
When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split my night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs, and voices never shared. No one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fulfilled are you to silence like a cancer hear the words that I might teach you. Hear the help that I might reach you. Lying silent in the raindrops of silence.
That's not set right. So whenever you're setting these up, as you can see here, that's not quite far enough over to the edge. We need, see that there? That needs to be flush with this. So we need to adjust that. That's because that'll give you a really bad shuffling. So it will. So we'll bring that in. So we want to bring this in just a wee touch. That's too much. Bring that out. This here tooth has to line up just outside of this one, just a wee touch. Now this here, we definitely need to move that in because there's no way that's going into that 51 tooth. So we need to back this out a bit, and that should free that up. A bit more to go. Nearly. We'll just bring it in a wee bit, just a wee touch. A wee bit more. That's about near perfect, just a wee quarter turn. Yeah, that's her. That gives you a rough setting, and then when you get the chain on, then you there's a line on the back. That's here usually a mark to show you, you know, where to go to. I'm going to show you how to put on a Shimano chain. So the writing needs to face towards us. If you put the chain on, we just see if I show you. Let that wee thing drop. It's only a wee quick link, we can get that after. So to put your chain on right, make sure the writing is facing this way and not facing this way where there's no writing. If you put it on like this, it's wrong. You want the writing facing you. Best way to route this, what I find, this is my way of doing it, everyone's got their own ways. Route it from the back of this tooth now. Hopefully you can see. And then we're going to go over the plate. And I'm going to get a good thing this. So we want to go over the plate like this, you see that? And then we're going to route this underneath your jockey wheels. And then we're going to pull it up like this. And then connect the chain in here. Man, that free hub sounds so good. So it does. Put your quick links in. And then get this quick link in here. Make sure your clutch is off the rear derailleur. Snap that into place, make sure it's flush to the back, and then put it on, click it in, put your clutch on. And we are going to need to put chain lube and all on this here. Definitely. But at least the chain is not going to be hitting on that anymore, because that was a big issue. Definitely need chain lube in that, like everything's just completely bone dry. But we'll do all that there later. I just need to make space now, so I'm putting some parts on, and then I need to get a tool to be able to take this chain ring off. So we'll do. I'm making space because I'm going to clean all these mats, and then we're going to take the forks off and stuff and put them on here and see what they're like, the forks and stuff. Right, so we're going to be dropping the headset here, but before that we're going to unhook these here wires. You want to be really super careful with this. Pair of pliers, because do not pull from here because you're going to destroy something. You know, just get a pair of pliers and get a wee bit of cloth. I always like taking these out first, just so there's more room, more purchase. And then all we're going to do is just put a wee bit of thing here, just to protect it a bit better, and make sure that the pliers is on that there wire, and just slightly give it a wee jiggle wiggle, and that's one out. Okay, so that wire goes, I just need to double check this. So that wire I took out is the unit for that. That goes into the second hole. And then same thing with this. And the reason I'm putting the cloth where I just don't want anything getting damaged. So all you want to do is give it a good squeeze. Not too hard, and just give it a wee wiggle. Doing that, just directly pull, just wiggle it back and forward, and it will come. There we go. And then that one, it goes down through the head tube. So we are going to be taking the whole head set apart. We're going to take the forks off, everything. But we need to be careful with this because someone, I'm not going to mention any names like, but someone cut a cable. Wasn't me, just let us know. But someone did cut that and then had to do a wee DIY job, you know. So that goes there, that goes into the first, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is get a wee Sharpie and just write number 1. So this one goes into the first hole, just to remember it. So this one goes into the first. Just so I can remember it. So just put a wee line for number 1. And hopefully it'll stay in place. So 1. Number 2. What we're going to do is be very careful with this, because this one is already damaged. So we're just going to move this on up a wee bit here. Alright. Be nice and careful with that. All we're going to do with this is just tap under here, because we don't want to trap it with anything. We'll just put it just like that out of the road. And then what I'm going to do, just a bit safer, is just tape it a wee bit. Just lightly tape it. There. What I'm going to do with these is just put them back in there, because they're not going to go anywhere. And then what you can do is you can take the whole control unit off here now. Just, you don't want to have your control unit broke or anything. I think it's the green, is it? It's the green, yeah, but it is the green one. So we're just going to take this off completely. And we're going to put it away safe. Well, surprised that's made out of plastic. They could have made it out of aluminium or something. You know, because that would be an easy part to break. Like, if you're in the middle of a crouch touch, no one gets a crouch like, but I mean plastic, it's could have made this unit here out of aluminium. That doesn't mind this part, but it's all plastic like. No big companies are like, just want you to buy more and more stuff. So we're just gonna put them in there nice and safe. Well, there's not much damage on this here, I'm very surprised. So it looks like Vitus has changed the design of this a bit, and we've got a sleeve here to protect your steer tube as much as possible by the looks of it here. Let me see, yeah, the wires haven't cut through the plastic. Happy days. That is a win-win. Usually, I remember doing Jordans, and the whole steer tube was getting rubbed by the cable, so that's a good thing, boy. Happy days. So we're gonna mark these here. We're gonna mark these here hoses, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the hose through to make sure they're not tangling when I'm putting them back in. This is the best chance to do it. So it is, and we're just going to set these sebs down here to make sure they're not going to tip.